1 News, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Right now, a new poll shows Americans are split about how they feel about former President Donald Trump's conviction in his hush money trial.
The Israel Day on Fifth Avenue parade taking place in just a matter of hours. Mayor Adams and the NYPD say they are ready to make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible.
Lots of shorts and short sleeves out there today, taking a live look outside. Dress comfortably if you plan on going to the parades or doing anything else outdoors. We have a warm day ahead. Just wait for the sun to come out and pop sun. Good morning, everybody. I'm Tony Yates in for Pedro Rivera.
Good to have you. Good to have you. If you are taking public transportation, I always take a sweater. I'm just saying. It gets cold in there sometimes when they crank the AC. Anyway, I'm Michelle Charlesworth. First look at our AccuWeather forecast with Danny Beckstrom. Nice and warm.
Yes.
The second half of the weekend.
Another warm one ahead. Now, yesterday, the sun was the star of the show, right? A lot of sunshine. Maybe today she's feeling a little more shy. We'll get filtered sun with some high clouds in the mix, but it's not going to prevent us from feeling just as warm, just as nice as you head out the door. 70 right now in Central Park. Dew points are climbing a touch today, but not to the point where it feels uncomfortable. So it's another great warm weekend day to get outside and enjoy it. 60s for a lot of our suburbs, so quick warm up north of the city. 64 now for Poughkeepsie and Newburgh after starting in the low 50s. We're to 73 already for Islip. Down the shore, Belmar at 72. Fantastic conditions take us into this afternoon with those clouds mixing in. Partly to mostly cloudy skies this afternoon, but also mostly dry across the area. So again, nothing really going to keep you from getting outside and enjoying the warmth. I'm watching these showers off to our west, starting to fall apart a little bit in western Pennsylvania, but they do bring the potential for some spotty areas of rain overnight into first thing Monday morning. It's something I'm watching for the morning commute hours, but for your Sunday, no major weather worries. Just know at times a little more gray in the sky than blue as compared to yesterday. But check out those temperatures. Highs today still coming in on the warm side. Will land in the low to mid 80s with a light breeze and the partly to mostly cloudy sky. Tomorrow, we start with a few spotty areas of rain in the morning and then sun in the afternoon. It's another warm one in the low 80s before more seasonable air to sea breeze kicks in heading into the middle of the work week. I'll have that breakdown for you coming up in AccuWeather. Tony?
Danny, thank you so much. Police placed barricades along Fifth Avenue as they set up for the Israel Day on Fifth parade on the Upper East Side. It's set to step off in about 2 hours. The NYPD has all kinds of security measures in place in wake of protests that have happened in New York City since the start of the Israel-Hamas war. Eyewitness News reporter Reagan Veggie is live along the parade route with more. Reagan.
It's important to note, Tony, that there's no credible threat according to the NYPD, but they are taking this very serious. Now, the level of security in place is much like you'd see in Times Square during New Year's Eve, even during the Thanksgiving Day parade. And I say that because here is one example of that. We have a sanitation truck that is blocking the side streets on through into Fifth Avenue. And this sanitation truck is one of several parked along Madison Avenue, which will prevent anybody from heading westbound to Fifth Avenue. So this is just another security, a barrier in place to protect the parade. And then if we have Mike Thorne, my photographer, we'll continue panning to the left. Not only do you have the sanitation truck, but you also have the men and women in blue lining the parade route. This is an entrance point. We're at East 61st Street and Madison Avenue. This is one of 5 access points where spectators will have to walk through. So as they walk through, they'll also have to be wanded through security checkpoints. So let's take a look at some video because you can see the counterterrorism units were also here about an hour ago gathering at our location. The metal detectors are further tore in towards Fifth Avenue. They are in place. The spectators must pass through those before they get their spot along the parade route. Spectators will only be allowed on the east side of the parade, which is double barricaded. Now, the west side, it is lined with higher chain link fences where police will be located. Now, this year, you will not hear the music, those bands, or experience a celebratory atmosphere. It's much more solemn this year. The message, bring them home, referring to the hostages held by Hamas nearly 8 months after Hamas's attack on Israel. Since then, nearly 1,300 protests relating to the war have erupted in the city alone in response. And some, as we have covered, have become violent. Those clashes causing the NYPD to step in. And today, the officers will be in place to ensure everyone's safety.
You're taking everything into consideration. If you are at or around the parade, there will be certain measures that you will see, and there will be others that you don't see. Please remain aware of your surroundings. The eyes and ears of New York play a vital role protecting our city. So if you see something that doesn't feel right, please let a cop know.
Okay, as for the parade itself, it begins at 11:30. It steps off at 59th Street and goes up 5th Avenue to 79th Street. Spectators can only enter the viewing area through 5 access points along Madison Avenue. We're at the one at East 61st Street, another one East 63rd, East 66th, East 70th, and East 73rd. So back here live, a lot of NYPD presence. Again, this is only just to protect everyone who's in the parade, who's coming out to the parade, and there are no credible threats. This is just a protection in place so everyone has a safe time viewing the parade. We're live here on the Upper East Side. Reagan Mendy, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Reagan, thank you so much. Overnight, a massive fire ripped through apartments and businesses.